Let's do the reading part. Before we read the passage, let's look through these questions to answer. First, 가. True or false question. 1번, number 1. 미나 씨 가족은 오늘 공원에 갔어요. What does it mean? Mina's family went to the park today, isn't it? Remember again, here, 갔어요. The verb 가다 needs location marker 에 instead of 에서. Remember? I'm going to repeat it until you feel sick. Number 2, 2번. 오늘은 날씨가 안 좋아요. What does it mean? The weather is not nice. The weather is not good. Is it true? Let's see later. 3번. 할머니는 거실에서 다리미질 하세요. 자, 봅시다. 거실 뭡니까? 거실? Living room. So 여기에서 있죠? 에서. At the living room. The grandmother. 다리미질 하세요. 자, verb. 다리미질 하다. 다리미 is iron. And 다리미질 means ironing. So it means do the ironing. Or you can also say 다리미질을 하다. In this case, 하다 is a verb. 다리미질을 is object. 자, noun 봅시다. What is noun? 다리미 as an iron and 다리미질 as ironing. So, the grandmother is ironing at the living room. 4번, number 4. 아버지는 책을 좋아하세요. My father likes books. Is it true? Let's see. As you can see here, number 3 and number 4, we can see 세요 as an honorific particle. Because why? The subject needs it. 자, number 5. 어머니는 부엌에서 저녁을 준비하세요. 어머니는 subject. Mother prepares dinner at the kitchen. kitchen이죠? 부엌. synonym. The same word. 주방 있어요. 주방 means also kitchen. 자, 준비하세요. Honorific particle here. And what is the verb? What is the base form? 준비하다 있죠? 준비하다. To prepare. 자, is it true or false? Let's see. 자, 나 봅시다. Answer the question. You have to find the answer from the passage. 1번. 미나 씨 가족은 일요일에 보통 뭐 해요? 자, 뭐 있네요? Question word. Mina's family. This is a subject. And 뭐 해요? 보통. Let's see. 보통 뭐 해요? Let's include 보통 here. What do they do? Usually. 보통. Usually. On Sundays. Number 2. 오늘 날씨가 어때요? It's a very simple sentence, isn't it? Today's weather. How? So, how's today's weather? 3번. 미나 씨는 지금 누구한테 이메일을 써요? 자, 봅시다. Where's the subject? 미나 씨는. Where's the verb? 써요. Verb. What is the base form of 써요? Exactly. 쓰다죠. 쓰다. And then where's the object? We have two objects here, isn't it? 자, 한테 as an indirect object. 을 is direct object. So, 미나 씨 is writing an email to whom? So this is a direct object and this is an indirect object. And we have to remember this structure. Subject plus something에게 or 한테 plus something을 verb. For example, 보내다, 쓰다, 전달하다, etc., etc. Particular verbs defines the sentence structure, isn't it? For example, 보내다 is to send, 쓰다 is to write, 전달하다 is to pass or deliver. So these verbs all need two objects, okay? 자, 그래서 this is a question. So who is Mina writing an email to? Number 4, 4번. 미나 씨 언니는 왜 다리미질을 해요? Here, 다리미질을 하다. We came across again, isn't it? 자, before they said 다리미질 하다. This time they separated, isn't it? 다리미질을 하다. However, I mentioned it already. These are the same meaning. 자, who is doing a ironing? 미나 씨 언니. 미나 씨 언니. Your older sister, if you're a girl. 미나 씨 언니는 why? This is question word, isn't it? Why does Mina's older sister iron? Do the ironing. Number 5. 미나 씨 부모님은 어디에 계세요? 자, what is this verb? 계세요. You have to remember. 자, base form 뭡니까? 있다입니다. Isn't it? 자, 그리고 있다, when you want to say the honorific form is 계시다. Mina's parents are where? This is question word we have to see, isn't it? 어디에 계세요? Where are Mina's parents? 그리고 뭐 하세요? And also we have to find out what they're doing. Number 6, 6번. 미나 씨 할머니는 지금 뭐 하세요? 자, where's the subject? Mina's grandmother. What do? So what does Mina's grandmother do now? Okay, let's analyze the sentences from the reading passage. First sentence. 오늘은 일요일이에요. Simple. This is subject and this is verb. And I always call it complement, isn't it? Because this is equivalent to the English sentence 오늘 is 일요일. So in this case, this verb 이에요 or 예요 or base form 이다, this is exactly the same as English be verb, is or are or was or were. The thing that comes after this be verb, we call it complement because it complements the sentence. The verb only doesn't make the sentence complete. 자, second one. 자, interpretation. Today is Sunday. Next sentence. 일요일 아침에 우리 가족은 보통 집 근처 공원에 가요. 자, where is the subject? Here's the subject, isn't it? Let's look for essential components first, and then the additional information. 자, where's the verb? 가요 is a verb. Where do they go? 공원에. It's similar to complement, I would say. 자, that is the essential component. So basically, what the writer wants to say, my family goes to the park. And where's the additional information? Where's the park? Nearby house. Usually. And then when do they go? In the morning. On Sunday morning, isn't it? So let's find the difference between this and this. What's the difference? This 에 is for time, so we call it time marker, isn't it? However, this 에 is a location marker. 자, next one. 거기에서 산책하고 운동도 해요. Where's the subject? Exactly. There's no subject. However, there are two verbs, isn't it? Where's the first verb? 산책하고. Where's the second verb? I would say 운동도 해요. Second verb. 자, base form 봅시다. 산책하고 base form 뭡니까? 산책하다. 운동도 해요. base form 뭡니까? 운동하다. 자, in this case, 운동하다, they separated into two parts, isn't it? 운동을 하다. In this case, the writer chose the second version of the verb. So basically, oops. So this is object and this is the verb. However, they're exactly the same meaning-wise. 자, the writer wanted to link these two verbs. How do we do it? We use 고, isn't it? So this is and only for verbs. 자, 그래서 어떻게 말해요? 산책하고 운동을 하다 해요. 운동을 해요 말해요. And the writer chose 도 instead of 을, normal object marker. Why? To emphasize this happens as well. 거기에서 there we take a walk and exercise as well. 그런데 오늘은 날씨가 안 좋아요. 자, subject. I would say this is a subject. 안 좋아요. This is a verb. So weather is not good. This is typical usage of the topic marker, isn't it? For today, I would say. For today, the weather is not nice. 비가 와요. Rain comes. This is how we say it rains, isn't it? 그리고 바람도 많이 불어요. 자, 바람도 is a subject. 많이 불어요, I would say this is a verb. And you have to know this phrase. 바람이 불다. 자, 불다 뭡니까? blows. blow, to blow. 그래서 바람이 불다. The wind blows. 그리고 바람도 많이 불어요. So the wind blows a lot. 그래서 지금 모두 집에 있어요. So now everyone, 자, 모두 I would say this is subject. Everyone, all are at home. 자, 집에 있어요. I would say this is a compliment. Therefore, now everyone is at home. Let's move on. 저는 친구한테 이메일을 써요. Again, let's remember the structure. I write an email to my friend, isn't it? So in this case, you need subject and then indirect object. We need 한테 or 에게, indirect object marker. And then we need direct object and the object marker 을 or 를. So this is usually not 100%. These are usually objects and these are usually people, isn't it? And then verb. This structure-wise. 그래서 저는 subject, 친구한테, 한테 있네요. Indirect object. To my friend. 이메일을, this is direct object. 써요, verb. So I write an email to my friend. This is indirect object. 친한 친구가 스페인에 공부하러 갔어요. 자, subject. we have to say this one because we see this 니은 받침. So obviously this phrase, we don't know what it is, but grammatically it may modify the noun. 자, what is the base form of 친한? 친하다예요. 친하다. To be close. So 친한 친구가 close friend. Then where's the verb? 자, verb, I would say this is a verb cluster. 자, let's analyze this verb cluster. Base form, 공부하다. And then what is the grammar point here to know? 으러 가다. And then past tense. And then sentence ending. Done? 자, what does this mean? You go in order to. So how would you interpret this verb? My close friend went in order to study. To where? Spain. 그 친구가 제 메일을 기다려요. 자, 그 친구가 obviously the subject. The friend. 제 메일을 my email. This is object because this is object marker. 기다려요. Waits. So what is the base form? 기다리다 있습니다. So the friend waits for my email or the friend is waiting for my email. 언니는 거실에서 다리미질을 해요. Again, we better memorize this phrase, isn't it? 자, 다리미질을 해요. Verb. 다리미질 하다 or 다리미질을 하다. Same. What does it mean? To do the ironing. Where my older sister is doing the ironing at the living room. Here we see 에서 오늘 오후에 데이트가 있어요. Ooh, lucky girl. Luckier than me. 자, 오늘 오후에 today afternoon 데이트가 있어요. This is typical expression of Korean people say we've got something, isn't it? So she's got a date in this afternoon. However, we have to say 데이트가 as a subject and 있어요 as an object. Okay? So remember, English expression, you say you have something. However, in Korean, something exists. It means you have something, okay? 자, next one. 아버지도 거실에 계세요. Ooh, look at this verb as an honorific form, isn't it? 자, honorific form. What is the base form? 있다죠, 있다? So, my father stays or is at the living room. And why did writer choose 도 here? To emphasize he's there as well. 아버지도 거실에 계세요. Done. 책을 읽으세요. Obviously, no subject. Why? Already provided by the context. 자, 읽으세요. We can see this 해 is honorific particle. What is the base form? 읽다. 읽다. So this is a verb. 책을 can be object. So he reads books or he is reading books. 아버지는 책을 아주 좋아하세요. Subject, verb. Dad likes books a lot. Okay, I'm going to include here to the verb. He likes books very much. 아주 좋아하세요. This adverb modifies the verb. Very, likes very much. 할머니는 방에서 주무세요. What is 주무세요? Base form 뭐예요? 자다입니다. 자다. And this is the honorific form. Okay? So, grandmother sleeps. Grandmother is sleeping. Where? In her room. At her room. 요즘 건강이 안 좋으세요. So sad. 건강이 subject, 안 좋으세요 verb. Recently, her health is not good. 자, this is a good expression to get used to, isn't it? 건강이 좋다 or 나쁘다. She's not great or she's great in terms of condition, health related condition. 자, next one. 어머니는 지금 부엌에 계세요. We see 계세요 again, isn't it? This is a verb. What is the base form? 있다입니다. You better memorize it by now. 어머니는 subject. So my mom is at the kitchen, isn't it? So 부엌에. I would say this is a compliment. Why? Because this is exactly the same structure. 어머니 is at the kitchen. 부엌. So this is a verb. At kitchen. I would call it compliment. Next sentence. 부엌에서 맛있는 간식을 준비하세요. 봅시다. Where's the subject? Hidden, because it's too obvious. What is the hidden subject? 어머니, mother. What does she do? What is she doing now? 준비하세요. A verb. Base form 뭡니까? 준비하다. To prepare. So she is preparing what? 간식을. This is object. Snack. 간식, snack입니다. Oh, I better include this one as well, isn't it? Why? Because 는 맛있는 간식. This adjective is modifying 간식 here. So delicious snack at the kitchen. My mom, which is hidden, is preparing a delicious snack at the kitchen. 조금 후에 우리 가족은 맛있는 간식을 먹을 수 있을 거예요. 자, where's the subject? Let me erase a little bit here. 자, where's the subject? 우리 가족은 subject. Where's the verb? 먹을 수 있을 거예요 is a verb. Where's the object? I would say 맛있는 간식을. Again, this 맛있는 bit modifies the snack, isn't it? So, a little bit later, our family will be able to eat delicious snack. 자, I don't think I have to do this again, but I repeat it many times, isn't it? If we analyze this verb cluster, 먹다 플러스 을 수 있다 플러스 을 거다 plus sentence ending. So this is future tense. This is can. So if you combine them all together, we will be able to eat. Done? 좋습니다. Then let's see the quiz. Let's do the quizzes. Number 1 is true or false. 미나 씨 가족은 오늘 공원에 갔어요. Did they go? 자, 보통 usually 집 근처 공원에 가요. 그런데 오늘은 날씨가 안 좋아요. 그래서 지금 모두 집에 있어요. So they usually go to the park, but today, because of the weather, they stayed at home, isn't it? So this is false. Number 2, 오늘은 날씨가 안 좋아요. The weather is not nice, which is true. Number 3, 할머니는 거실에서 다리미질하세요. Then we have to see who does ironing and where she does the ironing, isn't it? Let's see. Who does the ironing? Actually, 언니가 거실에서 다리미질을 해요. 할머니는 어디에 계세요? 할머니는 방에서 주무세요. She's sleeping at her room, in her room. 그래서 this is false. Number 4. 아버지는 책을 좋아하세요. Is it true? Yes, as far as I remember. 어머니는 부엌에서 저녁을 준비하세요. Let's see. 어머니 뭐 하세요? 어머니는 지금 부엌에 계세요. 부엌에서 맛있는 what is she preparing? 간식을 준비하세요. 간식은 저녁이 아니에요. 저녁 means dinner as meal. However, 간식 is snack like fruit or cookies or milk or coffee, tea. So, 저녁이 아니에요. So this is false. 나아갑시다. Number 1, 1번. 미나 씨 가족은 일요일에 보통 뭐 해요? Probably we already know. 보통 집 근처 공원에 가요. You can write it that way. 보통 집 근처 공원에 가요. Number 2. 오늘 날씨가 어때요? 오늘 날씨 어때요? 날씨가 안 좋아요. 비가 와요. You can add this bit as well. Number 1. 비가 와요. 그리고 바람도 많이 불어요. 자, I would write it. 날씨가 안 좋아요. 자, here's the challenge. 비가 와요. 바람이 많이 불어요. Let's link these two sentences into one. How do we do it? It's just basically changing the verb part here. 자, 와요 becomes we need this connective particle 고 here. So let me write it for you. 비가 오고 바람이 많이 불어요. 비가 오고 바람이 많이 불어요. Okay? You can obviously link these two sentences as well as already done here, isn't it? 비가 와요. 그리고 바람도 많이 불어요. So when you want to link these into two sentences, you need 그리고. However, I want to make them into one sentence. Then you need 고, as in verb plus a verb. Okay? Number 3, 3번. 미나 씨는 지금 누구한테 이메일을 써요? To whom is she writing an email now? 친구한테 이메일을 써요. Or you can add this information, isn't it? 친한 친구한테 이메일을 써요. To a close friend. 친한 친구한테 써요. Let's. 아이고. It's too large eraser. 친한 친구한테 써요. 4번. 미나 씨 언니는 왜 다리미질 해요? Because she's lucky enough to have a date, isn't it? So jealous. 자, 여기 봅시다. Where? 왜 다리미질? 언니는 거실에서 다리미질을 해요. 왜 해요? 오늘 오후에 데이트가 있어요. Let's go. 오늘 오후에 데이트가 있어요. My handwriting is usually better than this. 자, 5번. 미나 씨 부모님은 어디에 계세요? 자, 부모님 뭐예요? Mom and dad. Parents. Okay? 자, 그리고 뭐 하세요? Let's find it out. 자, both. We need both information. 아버지는 어디에 계세요? 아버지, father stays at the living room. 그리고 책을 읽으세요, isn't it? Then let's write it in comprehensive form. How would you say, my dad is reading a book in the living room? 어떻게 말해요? 아버지는 거실에서 책을 읽으세요. Then how would you say my mom in contrast is preparing a delicious meal at the kitchen? 어떻게 말해요? 어머니는 부엌에서 맛있는 간식을 준비하세요. So I would say 는 here. Why? Because they're doing a different activity. To emphasize the contrast, I would say 는 rather than 이가. This is topic marker and this is subject marker, isn't it? But I choose this one to emphasize the contrast. 좋습니다. So number 5 is done above. Number 6. 미나 씨 할머니는 지금 뭐 하세요? This is quite sad, isn't it? 자, how would you say? Let's combine the all information and compose a sentence. 할머니는 방에서 주무세요. 요즘 건강이 안 좋으세요. 자, how would you say? My grandmother is sleeping in her room because her health is not good. 어떻게 말해요? Because we need this bit. We need 어서, 해서. For reason. 자, let me write it for you. 할머니는 I would say 할머니께서는 honorific form of honorific particle 건강이 안 좋으셔서 방에서 주무세요. I want to add this bit, the reason. 건강이 안 좋으셔서. This is how you add additional information into a Korean sentence. Okay? 자, 라 갑시다. Fill in the blanks. 오늘은 something가 안 좋아요. What is not good today? That starts with 니은. 자, 날씨가 안 좋아요. 그래서 미나 씨 가족은 집에 있어요. Therefore, Mina's family is staying at home. 미나 씨는 something에서 편지를 써요. 자, 에서 means location marker, isn't it? Where is Mina writing a letter? 자, 어디에서 써요? This is weird because from the passage we don't know, but it's in the picture here. 자, 어디에 있어요? 미나 씨 어디에서 이메일 써요? She is Mina, isn't it? Because she is writing an email. 그래서 거실에서 씁니다. 거실에서 써요. Because it starts with 기억. 거실에서 there shouldn't be space here. 거실에서 편지를 써요. 자, instead of email, they chose 편지 instead. This is letter, this is email. 미나 씨 언니는 지금 다리미질 해요. Mina's older sister is doing the ironing. 미나 씨 아버지는 책을 If you say 읽어요, it's only half correct, isn't it? Because the subject is father. We need honorific form. How? 읽으세요. 좋아요. 어머니는 간식을 준비하셔요. Snack. She's preparing a snack. 할머니는 지금 방에서 If you say 자세요, this is absolutely wrong. How would you say? 주무세요. 주무세요. 왜냐하면 because 요즘 something이 안 좋으세요. What is not good for her? 건강이 안 좋으세요. Again, we don't need any space. You have to link these two. Very good, everyone.